Hi, I'm here with JRMP, and I'm going to share some tips and tricks with you on installation and also introduce our optional universal mounting kit, which you might find very helpful for your installation. Okay, so we're going to focus on the features and the benefits of the universal mounting kit that we developed specifically for JRMP. And I'll just open this real quick and show you what it all boils down to is this plate. And the way we designed this, there is a rivet nut there, another welded piece of steel there, and in most situations, you're gonna just mount the plate to whatever surface you're attaching to and zip this in with the included screws. And then a 1/4 bolt passes through here. Now in this situation, if you look up, you can see square stock aluminum ribs here. And we designed this plate so that you can form it by hand by simply bending it along that perforation line. And as you can see, now you've got a place to screw this in on 3 sides, super strong mounting point. And that's what you're looking for. So before we begin, I want to show you one thing that might be of some help to you in determining your strut location. Many people might think that you have to install the strut exactly perpendicular to the ribs, and that's not the case. As in this case here, you can see that this strut here is mounted at an angle. Now you can't tell when the ladder is loaded, it looks perfectly straight. But the reason that was done is because you have a tool hole that's off center. So accounting for this difference here from the tool hole to the center, we offset this strut approximately 4 inches from the back to the front. And what that allows you to do is just get a fit that's square at the back end instead of on an angle. If the tool hole was dead center, then we don't need to worry about it, and then yes, you mount the strut perpendicular, just as you might think. So on this side, we are going to install the strut in the middle, looking for the center of the ladder, and we're going to start with the central rib, or the most central rib you can find. And the reason we want to do that is because this is going to allow us to make the installation a lot easier. So I've already located that drill point, and I'm going to do that right now. So I just finished drilling this hole, and I used a 5/8 bit. We say 1/2 inch, but bigger's better. What you're doing is you're making a relief hole for the rivet nut in there to pass into the rib. And I just want to caution you quickly, do not be tempted to jam a step bit up inside here, because you will bottom out before you penetrate the roof. And I recommend you find this type of bit. They've been out for a while, but it's a nice shallow but wide point. You can drill through just about anything with this. It's designed for metal, what have you, and that can definitely achieve the width that you're looking for. So now we move on to mounting the plate up into the ribs. And this part really couldn't be any easier. Bottom it out. Now, there's enough screw holes in there that you could just fill every one. However, it really isn't necessary. I put 6 screws in here now, 2 on each side and 2 on the bottom. I believe I will go ahead and put the other 2 here later on, but for now I'm already at a point where I could probably yank this whole roof down if I pulled hard enough on it without any issues whatsoever. It's extremely strong. And at this point, you take one of your screws and one of your washers, find your center point, and already the rail is held up by the center. So this makes the rest of the work a lot easier. So I'm going to install one on each end, and then we'll catch one more rib in between. And I want to show you how these can be not only formed to fit around the ribs, but also cut and shaped to avoid obstacles and fit exactly for your particular application. So I'm going to turn around here. Okay, so here's where the strut's going to be mounted, but there are the cables, and there's a connector there, and the piece above is the one that we have to mount to. So I'm going to remove this connector and swing those out of the way. And since we're only mounted in the front, or the center, I mean, we can just pivot it, get it out of our way. So as you can see, I cannot install this in there like that. So we're going to have to make a modification. No problem. First, I'm going to bend up one side of this. So now I've got an L shape. So with our piece bent, we simply slide it behind. No need to screw it in yet, just install your bolt into the plate. Make sure it's flush against the rib there. Bring it down, and then add your screws. Now you might have noticed I left these harness wires below here. That was deliberate. I feel that there's a better chance that I would be taking the wires off to replace the light than taking the jet rack off because you know, with the wires in the way. So I left it down here. I'm just going to simply wire tie them back up to this strut here. Now we're at the front end of the truck, and as you can see, we are going to have to do the same thing. Side, check for fit. So we've installed 3 of the 4 plates that are included, and this installation is done. I can shake the entire truck, it's not budging, and the ladder certainly isn't going to budge it either. Just to leave you with the various ways that you can work with these plates. Remember that this side is always the side you're attaching to. This side is always the side that's being recessed into the surface that you're mounting to. And you can bend these any way you see fit. Cut them. Form them to fit around any rib. In any van, truck cab, or trailer.